Good morning. I am thrilled to be here with you at the International Assembly for Rotary's leadership team for 2020-21. And to you, the partners of the district governors-elect, I extend a special welcome. You have an opportunity to connect with Holger and Susanna as you will serve Rotary, either directly or indirectly under their leadership and your participation. Susanna's friendship is special to me, and I am sure that she is already making many new friends among you. And I have thought back to the very first International Assembly Mark and I attended in Phoenix, Arizona in 1989. A long time ago. Mark was 33, and I was just slightly older. The youngest governor-elect in the world, and our older daughters were joining us at the assembly, and they were ages 6 and 4. Younger than our grandsons, Patrick and Peter, are now at ages 7 and 5. Aren't those, well, I'm going to move over here so you can see the pictures better. Aren't they great pictures? Okay. The Maloney family arrived in Phoenix with great expectations. We made friendships which remain in place today. As Mark had led a group study exchange team to Nigeria prior to the assembly, we immediately connected with the Nigerians. And at the dinner dance, the equivalent of what we had last night, our older daughter joined the Nigerians hand in hand in the Grand March. Her light blue lacy dress flowing down among the brightly colored agbadas and bubus of the Nigerians. Later that spring, she wore the same dress for her sister's graduation from kindergarten, with one of those Nigerian friends present. These early connections to Nigeria later led to the opportunity for Mark to serve as the aide to Jonathan Magyagbe, president of Rotary, in the year 2003-2004. And it was my privilege to serve as the aide to Jonathan's wife, Ade, who was an inspiration to so many despite her untimely death just before Jonathan's year as Rotary president began. Mark and I were recently in Nigeria, celebrating these longtime friendships and connections with Jonathan and his wife, Io. And then later, we had the great privilege of seeing Jonathan and Io in Hamburg, along with our good friend, past international director and trustee, Sam Okazetto. I, as I'm sure you do, love the opportunity to see these longtime friends, no matter where we are. Rotary truly connects the world. Now back to 1989. For the festival night during that assembly, our daughters danced with the Brazilians, who, as always, dance with energy and enthusiasm. Right, Brazilians? And I'm sure you will on festival night this year. And that particular year, the Brazilians performed the free throw dance from Recife, Brazil. Small, colorful umbrellas are used as part of that dance. And remarkably, we met a couple with their umbrellas. And we stopped to talk with this couple, Anne and Bill O'Dwyer, still with their umbrellas. And here we are at that very moment. And they gave their umbrellas to our daughters. And we learned that they had children at home. And over the years, our families have remained in touch, visiting each other's homes, celebrating the weddings of our children, and then later, the arrival of grandchildren. That's our daughter Phyllis at her wedding. Our paths have crossed often all over the world. And last year, Anne and Bill were with us in Hamburg as Mark and I looked forward to serving Rotary during the 2019-2020 year. This past September, we were once again in their home following the Rotary Institute in Brasília, Brazil. After my first assembly in 1989, my eyes opened to the Rotary world, not only as one of friendship, but also as one of strong connections, which impacted the world for the better. And soon after Mark's year as district governor concluded, Mark returned to Nigeria, and this time I joined him. We were able to visit the high school. Another look to the past here. We were able to go to the high school where Mark's Rotary Club was giving equipment for their typing laboratory. Before the equipment, they pretended to type on a piece of paper. And that day, for our visit, the school canceled its examinations, which were to have taken place that day. We were welcomed with cheers, song, dance, and floral bouquets. And that was one of the events that led me to consider to myself become a Rotarian. And in 1996, I became a charter member of the Rotary Club of Decatur Daybreak. Now, there was no Rotary Club in the world that was big enough for both Mark and me. So it opened the opportunity to start that second club, which needed to occur anyway. Now, as circumstances would have it, on that day of the new club that it received its charter, Bill and Ann O'Dwyer, that same Brazilian district governor and his wife, whom we had met at our assembly, were the guest speakers at that breakfast meeting. That's the way Rotary friendships sometimes work. You never know when those connections bring you around. Now, it takes some effort to make true connections, but it is worth it. Such long-time friendships and Rotary connections do not happen by chance. I know you're looking at the pictures behind me here. And these pictures are part of the remarkable journey that Mark and I are on this year as Mark is the Rotary International President. All around the world, we have the opportunity to experience Rotary. Sometimes it's wearing the national attire of the country, such as the sari that I wore in Indore, India. And other times, it's the opportunity to celebrate our 40th wedding anniversary in Korea. And as you can see, we had a wedding ceremony in celebration of our 40th anniversary. It was very special. And to some extent, my journey has been the result of the connections described earlier, in addition to many others. They are a gift. And I encourage you to make your own connections during your time in San Diego. As you make new friends this week, I encourage you to take the time to learn the name of the person who may be sitting next to you right now, or at a meal, or at a table discussion. You may confirm the person's name by asking for their Rotary cards, exchanging email addresses. You may choose to make notes on the cards as you collect them. You may also download an app on your phone so that you may communicate with someone who does not speak your language. A silent but good conversation may follow as you type in the words in your language and it translates into the words of the language of your new friend. Once you have followed home, follow up with your new friend. If there are opportunities for shared Rotary service through a grant or friendship exchange, take advantage of such opportunities. I encourage you to appreciate this opportunity, your International Assembly with your classmates. By the end of this week, you will have united with the world. This will be the only assembly in which you, Holger, and Susan will have connected in person as Rotary's leadership team for 2020 and 21. And we, as the partners, have the opportunity to learn more about Rotary, to hear about Rotary service, and to connect through Rotary friendship as Rotary opens opportunities. Thank you.